First, you need to open your Cricut design space so I can show you how to make a shirt. Of course, you would need your Cricut maker, and we'll be making 2 shirts today. So I have 2 white shirts, and I'm going to be using 2 vinyl HTV. Make sure they say iron on. These are Cricut and Hobby Lobby brand. So first, what we need to know is what everything on the left hand side means. And first, we're going to click on templates. In templates, it's going to pull up all kinds of templates for you to see what your image would look like on. So we have quarter length t-shirts, and just you can scroll down and see almost everything. Here under projects, there are many different projects you could do, projects that other people done, and they show you, example of what you can do with images within the Cricut design space. And your projects are pretty much limitless. Under images, I love images because they have images already that you don't have to buy files for. And wherever you type in the search engine, I am almost certain that they have an image for that. And here under categories, you have themes, occasions, shapes. You can find holidays, phrases, and sentiments. Anything you can name, the Cricut design space have it. So I would make use of this because it's free and you just can't beat free. So under text, they have all kinds of fonts. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in my name, Sharina. And I spelled it wrong. There we go. Sharina. And if you go under font, you'll see all the fonts that they have available for you. And I pay for the subscription, so I would probably have more fonts than what you would probably see unless you pay for the subscription also. But also the fonts are limitless. Like they have a font for whatever you need. And that's why I like Cricut, because they have a lot of options that are for free. So next we are under shapes. And this was just updated, but they have this ribbon that I love because my mom is a breast cancer survivor. So the fact that they have this free ribbon available, you can turn this pink and design all kind of breast cancer shirts for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So that's a cool idea for you for beginning shirts also. And here under uploads, you'll see a few files that I had to buy, which will go under your uploads. But also, if you have anything saved to your computer that you would like to use, all you have to do is click on browse and search, and it will pull it up for you. So we're going to click out of that, and we're going to get ready to make our shirts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to images, where we can search by category, but I want to look for girl boss shirts because that's what I am. I am a girl boss. I have my own small business, so I want to make a shirt for someone like me, a girl boss. And I didn't scroll all the way down because I kind of already knew what 2 images I was going to use for the 2 shirts that we're making today. But when you do it, you'll be able to scroll down and see how many images they have available. As you can see at the top, it says 2,763 results. So, I wasn't going to scroll through all of that. But I already knew what 2 images I was going to use for this video purpose. So I'm going to use this girl boss, ask about my business, and the boss chick. So once you click upload to your canvas, what you want to do is scroll, like zoom out. So at the bottom left hand corner, you can zoom out, and that's because we're making 2 shirts and we're going to work on 2 shirts at the same time. That way they both can fit on your canvas. So what I'm going to do is change the size of the girl boss dimensions to a width of 8.5 inches and a height of 11 inches. And that's actually the size of like computer paper. So I just always remember that when I'm making a shirt. So over here to our second shirt, the boss chick shirt, we're going to change the size of that also. We're going to change the size of this to So I want it to be more so wide than long. So I'm going to do an 11-inch width and then a 6-inch height. And so the image Boss Chick, this specific shirt is done. We're going to keep it this one color. But over on our Girl Boss image, since it's one layer and we can't change the colors of it, we're going to have to do a trick. And I'm going to show you how you can do this trick to change the color of an image if it's only one layer, because you can't separate it and change the color. So go over to shapes and then we're going to get a square. We're going to make this square like really big so that it covers the entire Girl Boss. Like it has to go over the entire Girl Boss, but it cannot cover the Ask Me About My Business part at the bottom. So once you cover the entire Girl Boss, you're going to highlight the entire image. And once you highlight the entire image, scroll down and click on Slice. Once you slice it, it's going to cut out Girl Boss out of the gray square. So you can see how it cut out the Girl Boss from the gray square. So now the Girl Boss is in 3 layers. So what you're going to want to do is delete the square. Delete what was the square. Also delete the gray Girl Boss that was cut out from the square. So just move that to the side. You see how now it's in 3 layers? That way we can move that piece and change the color of it. So the vinyl that I'm going to be using for the Girl Boss is a gold glitter vinyl. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of Girl Boss to kind of mimic gold as close as possible. Because in the beginning you don't want to, have colors on your image and use another color, because then you're going to get confused and use the wrong color. So to get the Girl Boss back perfectly aligned with the Ask Me About My Business, you want to go to the top, click Align, and center horizontally. Sometimes when you do this, your size of your image will change. So make sure you double check and go back and look. See, ours has changed in the height. It's supposed to be 11. So what we're going to do is just delete that and put 11 and click the lock and lock it in. And so now this image is done and we're ready to make it. So both of these images will go on two separate shirts, because we're making 2 separate shirts today. And then click Make It. Once your mats are loaded, always double check your mats. So you see how it has Asked Me About My Business really close to the Boss Chick. So the Boss Chick, that'll be all on one shirt. So that's fine. But the Ask Me About My Business at the bottom, that's going on our second shirt, we're going to need to scoot that down just a little, because when the Cricut Maker prints it out, we're going to need space to cut it, to separate it. So I'm just going to scoot that down just a tad. And always double check your images, and always mirror your mats. There is no if, and, or buts about it. When you're making shirts, please mirror your mats. That's the worst thing to do, is to make a image and it's not mirrored and it's gonna be backwards and it'll be a waste of vinyl. Always also lay your vinyl shiny side down on your mat, and I will show you after this what I mean. But once you click Make It, your next step will base your material set to Iron On Plus. I always cut my vinyl on Iron On Plus. It just makes it easier to weed. That is my only reason why I use Iron On Plus. I don't have any other reasons. I just feel like it makes it easier to weed. But if you hover over your mats, you can see exactly how much vinyl you would need. So like for Girl Boss here, you won't need to cover your whole mat with vinyl, because it's not going to cut that much. So always save your scrap vinyl. Do not throw vinyl that you have not cut on away, because you can use it on other projects in the future. Okay, now it's time to load your mats. Again, when you're loading your mat with your vinyl, make sure your vinyl is laid shiny side down for both the black and for both the gold and for future projects, because you don't want to waste your vinyl. And this is exactly what I mean. So you can see how the dull side is like grayish and this is the shiny side. So there is a big difference. Do not make the mistake and put it shiny side up. It's shiny side down. So to load your mat into your machine, your mat should go under these two tabs. Once it's under those two tabs, click the blinking arrow. Once you click the blinking arrow, the machine should pull in your mat. And I use tape because my mat's not sticky anymore. But when it's ready, click the blinking C. And then it should start doing its own thing. You see it moving? Now it's beginning to cut. When you're done cutting, you're going to need to weed. And you're going to do the same thing that I'm doing for the black vinyl, the black iron-on vinyl. You're going to do the same thing with the gold vinyl. You're going to do everything the exact same way. And to weed, you're going to need to basically pull out everything that you don't need off the vinyl. So like the inside of the D's, the inside of the B's, the inside of the E's, lowercase e's, the inside of the A's. You're going to need to pull all of that out so that your words will be visible to read. And how I start peeling my vinyl, I just take a corner and I dig in with my weeder. And I got the weeder from Dollar Tree. It just has a pointy top. And I just pull back. Not all vinyl is the same. I don't know why this was so tough, but when they get really cold, they're harder to peel. So I'm just peeling out all the insides of my letters, and this is what it should look like. You should be able to read it visibly. And once you get to your smaller letters, I would start taking my time, because you don't want to miss anything. And it's very easy to peel up the smaller letters, like the smaller words. And it looks like I'm rushing, but I'm not. I just sped up the video. But again, take your time. And when you're finished, it should be visible for you to read. All you're doing is peeling out everything that you don't need. Everything that will not be on your shirt, you peeling that away from the letters. And once you get started, it'll be a lot easier because you will see exactly what you're doing. And so again, when you're done, you should be able to read the entire thing. So do you see where I messed up at? I missed the bottom of the A. And that's what you don't want to put on the shirt, because it'll be a pain to get it off. So I'm just going to peel out the bottom of the A. And that's why, guys, it's important to always double check. Everything looks perfect now. So now it's time to iron. So I have my two shirts. Always iron your shirts. I always iron my shirts. Like, I would not iron on any vinyl, any image to a shirt if the shirt is wrinkled. Like, that's a pet peeve of mine. And then I fold the shirts over, and then I iron a crease down the center so that you can get your images perfectly in the middle. And you will see what I mean later on when I get ready to iron on the image. But here I just have them folded with the crease in the middle. And this is a gray mat that I got from Michael's, and it's just to ensure that the image and your shirts get uniform heat. So now what I'm gonna do is fold over my image in half. Perfectly in half, so that you will have a crease down the center of the image. Once you have that crease down the center of the image, line that crease up with the crease in the center of the shirt. And it's gonna come out in the dead center perfect every time, guaranteed. So now you're ready to iron it on. What I'm gonna use is parchment paper on top of my image. Some people use it, some people don't, but I like to use it, and I always use it. I set my timer at 30 seconds and my heat press is at 350, and I'm applying medium pressure. So this particular vinyl was a warm peel, so you can see that it's already lifting, and I'm just gonna peel the transfer plastic up, and it's done. But I always go over it again for an additional 15 seconds without the plastic. So once I peel it, I go over it again for 15 seconds without the plastic, just to ensure that everything is on there and it's stuck to the shirt. So now this shirt is done. So now it's time to go to our second shirt. And we're gonna do the second shirt the exact same way we did the first shirt. Except for with glitter vinyl, you have to drop the temperature down from 350 to 315. And we're gonna give it 30 seconds also. But you must drop the temperature down from 350 to 315. Now I've already added the bottom piece, so this is the end result. And it came out nice as well. So we are done with both of our shirts, and when you are finished, this is what your shirts should look like. They came out nice and they are ready to wear. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a video. Thanks guys. Bye.